Yeah, Monday. What's up, everybody? Monday morning. Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. I hope everybody had a great weekend as we are rolling into Monday, taking a look at our market breakout trades and reversals from an educational perspective, looking at some of the levels that we identified last night in our live trade room. Speaking of last night's live trade room, it is our free preview week over at tradersarmy.com. So we would love to have you join us. Starting today, we have actually two live trade rooms, one at 9 a.m. Eastern and one at 11 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern is going to be our trading room for futures, and then at 11 a.m. is going to be stocks and options. So two great live sessions today, and then also certainly you get access to all of our on-demand content where we have hundreds of hours, if you will, of on-demand educational content for you to learn a little bit more about how to gather some of your trading and investing skills. So go to tradersarmy.com, get a free membership. That's all you have to do this week is be a free member to see what it is that we do. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the markets. So last night we had talked about on the ES the fact that there was a really nice 15-minute reversal level right through here. And we actually did hit that level and have gotten a decent move away. Now, it's been more than 6 candles, and we've not gotten a huge move. So at this point, I would you've probably gotten about a 2-to-1 reward to risk out of this. Maybe not quite a full 2-to-1, but at this point, I would take your stop and move it to break even. Take all the risk off the table. Allow that trade to continue to work out. Now, we came to this area of supply up here and got a little bit of a retest back to that level. So I would think that your next area would be a potential breakout above this region, somewhere up above here. If we get quality basing, I would look for price to break out above there and continue to run. Once again, if you took the reversal, move your stop to break even. Below that, my next really good area of demand doesn't come into play until down in here. Now, what about supply? Well, on my 4-hour, I got to go back and look on my 4-hour for my next area of supply. There's a little bit of a level up in here, but we've got a little ways to go until we get to that region. Coming from the daily, we are sitting pretty close to a daily supply area right in here, this little supply area that we've got. And so that may cause a little bit of a pullback from here on the daily chart. Looking at the NASDAQ also bounced off of our 15-minute area of demand, has begun its move higher, but it's been more than 6 candles without major movement. So at this point, take your stop, move it to break even. Once again, I think you could take a breakout trade above that region if you want to give a breakout trade a shot on this one in the NASDAQ. As far as supply above us goes, this one actually has come up a little bit farther and a little faster, and so I've got, up until 14,670, which is really where my better supply kind of kicks in. So I think there's room for this one to also run up higher. Now, if we do pull back, this 14,027 is a much better demand zone and place to look. I want to take a real quick look at crude oil. So crude oil in the overnight, we talked about a potential breakout above this region. We did get a pretty good breakout. So we've run up from that level. So if you took that trade, you've made a decent little bit of profit. If you didn't take it and you were waiting for the pullback on the 15-minute mark, we did not quite yet get a pullback into this region, although I think that's still a very viable level and a very viable trade. I will add this area in here as well as a potential 15-minute zone. Next would be gold, and gold is just sitting above a potential breakdown at 1917. Have not gotten a really great move away yet. And then also a potential 15-minute reversal up here that we came close to without getting in. So both of those levels are still valid to take gold down a little bit further below this 1917 area. A couple of other things that we had looked at last night. I looked at natural gas, and I really like the potential here for a breakout. We poked above it and then came right back down. So you may or may not have gotten in on that little poke up above. I still think that the better opportunity is for price to break out and continue to head higher. A couple other things that we looked at yesterday were bonds and currencies, potential breakout above here if you're a bit more aggressive. Um, but I think also we could break down below here and continue to drop. So we're kind of range bound, but setting up for two breakouts one way or the other. Our momentum to the downside has definitely slowed way down. So I'm okay with a breakout up heading into that region. Let's see the euro level that we looked at last night. We still have this in place. Confirmation entry though, because it would be a level we've come pretty close to without getting in. If we get basing here in front of the level, we're going to want to cancel this trade, and it looks like we may be close to that as well. Taking a quick look at crypto, Bitcoin did come into our supply level and then has sold off from that supply area. We did break through the top of that supply level, so maybe not giving us quite as good of an entry. But I think the next time that we go through it, we'll continue to trade a bit higher. Ethereum broke through our breakout trade last week and has continued to run. So that one has worked out pretty well. So keep an eye on 3,000 is really my next target for Ether. But that's all I have for today, everybody. Once again, join us at tradersarmy.com for our free preview week. If you have any questions, make sure you shoot us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. I will talk to you soon. See ya. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the only way the computers know that you're actually alive and really care. And go to tradersarmy.com today to learn a bit more. And if you want to see some of our other videos, click here in the box.